me see if someone writes. So these are two ROM chips. They are only 1 kilobit in size. So that's why it needs two, because half of the program is in one and half of the program is in the other one. So I took this ROM that's a BIOS from an old computer, I wiped it, and I put the program all in one chip. And so what I'm doing here is, this is the data lines from one of the chips, and this is the data lines from the other chip. So I'm sending all here.
You adopt, you adjust to current situation.
Yeah. So the computer won't know that it's reading from a single chip instead of two. But something I want to check is if I think here the address lines, yes, they are jumped together. Good. And the thing is, this each of them has only 4 bits of in each address, and the computer needs 8 bits to have a whole byte. So the address, they are connected together. So this says prom A1, prom A2. So it reads the first 4 bits from here and the second 4 bits from this, and reads all of them at the same time. And this one has 8 bits, so I can send information all together. So it's easier. I want to see, I'm not sure if this was, I was guessing this distance here, so I'm not sure if it will fit. Yeah, looks like it fits. Okay, I was lucky.
You have quite experiences, so
I have to be creative. Weird, I don't see ourselves in Twitch. Okay, it is working. Okay, it is working. Okay. There. So now I have to, these are the address lines. So this will go like this. Okay. I need my tools. These ribbon cables are so fragile that I don't want to use a cable stripper, because it's very easy to cut the conductor when you're trying to remove the. So this is more work to do it this way, but I want to make sure to not. And this is a very noisy way to connect it because all the wires are floating, are in the air. They behave, like little antennas because they're in the air. So this is only a temporary thing to just see how, if the computer accesses the memory. Something I did that I don't know if it's necessary is making all the wires the same length. We are working at a speed of 1 megahertz. It's not a lot. This is important if you are working with gigahertz or something like a cell phone or modern memories. But if you have different lengths of wires, a signal arrives before the other. So then you have information arriving out of sync. I don't think that in 1 megahertz and this distance will make much of a difference, but better to prevent than. So this is zero. Do you know if Igor is working today?
I don't know. I didn't see it. I don't know.
I think he works during the week only, but I'm not sure. We were joking that he brings luck because every time he came, we had a lot of progress with the computer. So we were joking that he's our lucky charm. Oh, hello, we have our freaking viewer. At this point, we have a viewer over there. That's every single stream. He's always here. At this point, I will feel bad streaming if he's not here. How can I hold this in place? There's my tweezer here. No, it doesn't work. How can I hold this in place? chair is so low, I feel like I'm sitting on the floor. There it is. I'm a tall person, so I have my knees, you know. There we are. There we are. I will bring the camera closer, because why not? Okay. Oh, come on. There it is. Good, good. See if we can fit the other addresses. You know, Obreger, today, if we are lucky, if we are very lucky, we will see Wasmon running on this computer. It will be such a huge breakthrough. If that happens, I'm happy that you will be here to see it. It has been, I think this is the most complicated build I have done ever. I completely underestimated this project. Because you look at the board and you're like, oh, it's, I don't know, 50 chips. How hard can it be? My goodness, I was so wrong. And it's not so much the complexity of the circuit, which I don't want to underestimate, I don't want to understate it. It's not a trivial thing, especially part of the video is very difficult to understand, but the computer has so many quirks, so many things that are different, you know, and things that don't behave as one would expect. So absolutely not a beginner project. I think that the next project will be more beginner friendly. I have talked about it many times, and that's the Galaxia computer. We want to make a replica of a Galaxia computer, which for people that don't know, it's a Serbian computer or Yugoslavian computer. That one is a board that's, I don't know, this size, and it's a Z80 computer. So that one will be hopefully easier. And I'm hoping, I'm wishing that if that build goes well, we can maybe make a workshop at the museum so people can come and assemble their own Yugoslavian computer. So that will be like a test run, a test drive. Yeah, to be honest, before it was brought up to me, I never heard of this computer before. But that being said, I wasn't very into Yugoslavian computers. I only knew the Iskra, and I love the Iskra. The Iskra Delta, I mean, right? So I didn't know about this project, about the Galaxia. But when I learned about it and I was reading and I saw how it was built and all that, I fell in love with it, to be honest. So I connected the address lines here. This white wire is the address lines. This is lower 4 bits, upper high bits, 5 volts. Now we are missing ground and chip enable and read enable. So I'm going to connect now that. We're still trying to figure out how much assembling the Galaxia will cost. That's a more budget-friendly project, but it's not cheap. I mean, cheap, it's an opinion. For me, if it is the computer that you want and you can afford it, it is cheap. So I think it's an opinion if it's cheap or expensive. But what I mean is that it's not a small amount of money. I think the PCB alone would cost about 30 euros to make. So yeah, it's not trivial. I think it would be like, I don't know, 30 for the PCB and about 50 for the components, not counting the keyboard. The keyboard, it's up to the user if they have a keyboard they can use, then it's free. If they don't, they can go as fancy as they want. You can use cherry switches, but they cost like €2 each. So to have a 40 key keyboard, it would be like €80. Or you can use tactile switches that are, you can buy a bag of 100 for like €5. Of course, the typing experience would be pretty awful, but it would work. Or if you have already a keyboard, you can just connect that. Yeah, the Galaxia. So all in all, what I mean is that making a Galaxia computer probably will cost about €100, something like that. Which, compared to the Apple One, it's very friendly. Here in the Apple computer, I don't even want to know how much money we poured in. This chip, this shift register was €100 plus shipping. These ones, this is the one that's broken, I have to change. It's about 30 to 50 euros. This one alone, and we have 7 of them, so I don't even want to do the math that this project has been straining on the wallet. Okay, so we have ground, power. We are missing chip enable, write enable. Okay. I hope that we can have this Apple working and in the exhibition soon, so we can make the Galaxy project during the summer. It would be nice doing this with people, you know, with a truly open lab, because this is an open lab. Like, you can come now to the museum and come upstairs and say hello and have a chat and let's see the project in person. But for the Galaxia, what I would like to do is something where that people would be able to come and build their own Galaxia computers with us. That would be my dream. Yeah, yeah, I think the complexity of building well, I don't know the Spectrum 128. I will need to Google. But I think the complexity of building a Galaxia would be like making a ZX80 or ZX81 computer. Oh my god, every single time we have these bots. The Spectrum Harlequin, is it a new project or is it one of the original Spectrums? I don't know that one. It's a clone. Yeah. Yeah, there are some really cool clone projects out there. I have so many in my bookmarks that I would like to make. There is a website, probably you probably know about it, and many people know about it, 6502.org, and they have there a lot of resources and documentation about how to use the 6502 microprocessor, and it has a section dedicated to homebrew computers. So you have a lot of projects made by people, people that made their own 6502 8-bit computers, and it's so cool. I have so many things bookmarked there that I want to make. But I don't know why. I think the 6502 microprocessor is easier to use, but for some reason I'm more fond of the Z80. Maybe because my first computer was a Spectrum, so I have I'm not impartial. A fellow Z80 enthusiast. I have two whole chipsets of Z80. I have one of the original one, like original that can run up to 4 megahertz. I have the Z80, the PIO, the SIO, and what else? The CTC, all the chipset to make a Z80 computer with the original ones. And then I have another chipset that's the modern version. I think it's Z84 or something like that, that can run up to 20 megahertz. And I also have the PIO, SIO, and CTC and everything. So my idea is to use the chipset that's the original Z80 for the Galaxia, because I want to have one of my own. And then the modern chipset, I want to make like an 8-bit computer from scratch, my own design. And I want to see how much I can push that architecture to make it something as cool as possible, where the imagination is the limit. But that's a long-term project. I have one floating pin here. I'm not sure what it is. I forgot in the schematic to write down what it is. I will need my Googling device because I don't have the data sheet for the chip here. I should print it, to be honest. The thing is that this chip I'm using, this one, it's 2864, so it's 64 kilobits, so 8 kilobytes, so it's 4 times bigger than the chips I'm using on the Apple One. So the thing is, it has more address lines. So if I don't ground the address lines, the ones I'm not using, bad things can happen. They will be floating around, So this is like this. No connection. Okay. These two are no connection. Good, so we have everything connected. This is ground. Okay, before trying anything, let me think. Yeah, I need to make something for the keyboard because I need to be able to clear the screen and reset the computer, because otherwise, how do I make sure that we are actually reading the memory? So I will use, I made this keyboard connection. And I made this so long ago that I don't remember what's the order of the cables. So I would have to check with the multimeter. And also I have to check that I don't have any shorts there. So this is ground and power. Yeah, 1.9 ohm. Okay, everything seems to be either an open connection or in the range of mega ohms. What I will do, regardless, is cleaning the flux, because flux can be conducted. Did you make any computers at home or similar projects? Okay. Okay, I will leave this to try there. I forgot to bring papers to clean. Yeah, for the starter projects, You don't really need much more than soldering, to be honest. There are nice projects to start that are made with microcontrollers, with modern microcontrollers. So you can make hybrid things, you know, like with a mixture of microcontroller, and you can use externally like, I don't know, having to connect the keyboard, for example, requires, I say keyboard because I have a keyboard in my hand, or a keyboard cable in my hand, requires understanding how the layout matrix works and how it's addressed by the computer. So that way you can focus on learning that, and so you don't have to make all the project. You can learn one part at a time. Then, for example, you can add external memory, and you learn how to interact with the memory. And yeah, all those. Amazing. You have retro computers at home? I learned a lot by fixing my Commodore. Okay, so this is like this. Okay, I don't need to disassemble this or use the multimeter. Well, I guess the Xbox 360 is retro now. I was so excited when the Xbox came out. Screen goes to +5. Okay. What I will do is a little board, so I can have. Yeah, I have two Commodores. One was PAL and the other NTSC. And I say was because the NTSC one was dead. It was given to me because a guy didn't realize that it was an American one, and he plugged it into 240 volts, so it blew all the chips. So I fixed that one, but the big chip for NTSC is so expensive that I had to convert it to PAL. So I have two PAL Commodores. And I also have a Spectrum Timex Sinclair 2068, which is a computer that was sold in the US and some other countries. It was sold as Timex because Sinclair was more known in Europe and UK in particular. So they had like an alliance, to call it anyway, with Timex, which was this watches and clocks manufacturer that was better known in the US. So they sold it as Timex. So I have those three computers, Spectrum and two Commodores. Okay, I think I will cut a piece here of this, so I can put two buttons, one for clearing the screen and one for resetting the computer. I could just peel cables and touch them together, but I think this computer deserves a bit more of respect. Yeah, this will do. Okay. Okay, so these two will be clear screen and reset. Okay. So there we have our keyboard. So according to this, pin 1 is reset, pin 12 is clear screen, and it says that reset shorts to ground and clear screen shorts to positive. So very important to not mess that up. Oh, if I understand correctly, this should be pin 9, which should be ground. So, pin 9, stay still, don't run. Okay, so this is 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 clear screen. You know, you got me thinking that I had an Xbox 360 and I gave it away some years ago, a few years ago. Now I'm regretting it. And I also have a Sega Genesis or Sega Mega Drive, or had different names in different countries, but you know what I mean. So clear screen goes to +5 volt. I'm thinking, I don't know where the heck is my Sega. I should probably put a capacitor and a resistor in this switch to make a debouncer, so it doesn't. But to be honest, these two buttons in particular, it's not like I'm pressing a key to write a letter. I'm either clearing the screen or resetting, so if it clears the screen 20 times in a row, I don't really care. And if it resets the computer same 10 times in a row, I don't really care. So I will try it. If I have problems, especially with the reset, with the bouncing, I will add a debouncer, but I don't think it will be a problem. Let's confirm that this yeah. I connected the switch rotated. Such a genius. Doesn't matter. Good thing I measured before soldering for good. We have a Mega Drive here, I think. You can try it when we have a game night. You can play with them. I had so much fun with the Sega when I was a kid. I used to play Sonic all the time, Earthworm Jim. Oh, the X-Men game for Sega was amazing. Oh, Atari, the Atari 2600? I never had one of those. They were a bit expensive when I was a kid. I had a clone of it. If I remember correctly, the Sega had a 68,000 microprocessor, which was a pretty powerful processor. It was used in arcade games. Yeah, I get what you mean. I never had a Nintendo because of that. not only the console was expensive, but each game was so damn expensive. For Sega, there were even pirated games you can buy somewhat cheaply. But for Nintendo, I don't think there were pirated games. I'm not an expert, but not that I know. Good. So we have our super fancy keyboard with clear screen and reset. Keyboard connected. I will check if we don't have any weird shorts or something because of this. This is ground, and this is $327 ohms. That's a bit low. Okay, this is interesting. Ah. Kilo ohm between ground and +5. This is not ground. Okay, this is ground. No. What? Pin 1. So 8, 9 here, this is ground. Okay. Okay, so ground, this is +5. 738. 750 ohm. So this is ground, it's okay. This is +5. Why 327? It's half of what it should be. Ah. $750, okay. So apparently between ground and pin 12 we have 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 350 ohm. Yeah, okay. Okay. Look, I made a little keyboard. Clear screen and reset.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Note 10. Keyboard socket should be jumper. Okay. Much better. Where does this go? It has a label here that says clear, but maybe it goes here. This is so worn out. I use this so much. Ah, clear. But this is out. What? Ah, up here it forces. Okay, that's why it has. Okay. Okay. Time to bring the TV. Have to buy another cable for this. Uh-huh. Yeah, that clear screen should wipe everything and leave only a slash up there. But that's probably because our 2504 is valid. But the clear screen is working. The reset doesn't do anything, and that's okay. Because we don't have any software, so the microprocessor doesn't have any command or anything to reset. So, time to try our Frankenstein board. Let's hope.
Interesting name, Frankenstein board.
Yes, it is. Let's hope that it's not a big failure cutting camera. Making 32 pins fit at once is more difficult than it sounds. Oh my god. I managed to do it before. Now. There we go. There we go. Something I should probably do is add some resistors to the memories for termination. But let's see if we get anything like this. Okay, clear. Nothing. Well, time to get our friendly oscilloscope. What we can do first? Yeah, maybe first I can try adding the termination lines. I will discharge the capacitors first. It's, the capacitor is so big it doesn't reach. Let's see if it discharged. But 20 watt. Okay. Good. Capacitors discharged. Now, what we probably need is here so here where the memories are addressed, I will need some resistors there. Let me check. I have some notes for the values of the resistors. Okay. Let's see. Oh, what happened? We got disconnected. Strange. Okay. So here. I don't know. So. $290. So this is okay. All right. So what I was scribbling there, there are a few things I will do. I will add on this memory, that's the last one, several resistors on the address lines, so they will be pulling down, down, so we don't have floating address lines. And then I will add here a little capacitor, and where was it? Here a little capacitor, just to filter out a bit of noise. I don't know if I have the correct resistors. 390. I think I have 330, which is not ideal. Yeah, not ideal, not ideal. Or should I try 470? I will try 330. And yeah, capacitor. It's funny because when I bought this bag of 100 capacitors, I was thinking, did I go too crazy? Did I go overboard? And now I'm running out of them. Ah, damn. You know what? I will use 470. I know 60 ohms doesn't sound like a lot of difference, but I'm afraid of straining these chips too much. If they're sinking too much current, Now, how do we put this? In a way that I really hope that this works. Okay. Okay. I know, it looks nasty, but this is what I was doing. So basically these are all the address lines of this memory. So I'm referencing them to ground, so they're not left floating when they're transitioning between states. Let's see. Sorry for that. I don't think much will change, but never know. Clear screen, reset. Yeah, doesn't change much. But I think that's because of this shift register that's dead here. What I will do is take the oscilloscope and we will see what the memories are doing and if this is trying to access them. I also brought a logic analyzer today, so if anything we can take the logic analyzer and probe with that. But let's see, little by little. Let's see. Okay, so now we are connected. So memory is being read. Reset, you see? Okay. Okay, this signal is not so awful. Okay. So the address is being read. Let's see data. Data is coming out. So Wasmon is being read. Amazing. Wasmon is being read. This is really good. It's really good. I think we don't have a good ground here. I need a good ground. Where can I get a good grounding? Okay, this is quite the opposite of a good grounding, but let's see. Nice. This is our run. You know what? I think the computer is working. I think it is actually working, but we don't see it because of the we don't see it. We're not getting any information from the ROM. How comes? We are not getting anything from the ROM. 0, 0, 0. Okay, so yeah, it looks like I didn't record the chip correctly. That seems to be the problem. That seems to be the problem. I'll make a quick bathroom break and I'll be back in 5 minutes. Probably less than 5 minutes. 2 minutes? 1 minute? Something like that. Okay. I'm back. Okay, I'm back. So what I think I will do, I will check how this memory is written. Maybe I didn't write it correctly. Maybe I'm missing some chip enable. In a second. Is chip enable, and 13. Okay. Says that has to be jumpered. So this one has to go to VCC. I will try that. I don't think it will change much, but I will try it anyway. I'm trying this. It says that one pin in the keyboard has to be jumpered to +5. for normal software operation. So maybe it has something to do with the chip enable here. We will see. Okay, clear screen. There's nothing. Except there's nothing. Let's see. So, oh, so these two are going up and down, but still no data. So maybe I'm missing something in this board. Some power supply, something. So. Let's see. Let's get the data sheet of the 2864. Let's see if we can figure out. So this is like this. Right enable. Yeah. 8, 9, 11. Yeah. Output. Yeah, enable. Return chip enable. Right. Let's see. I will move this so we can see maybe a bit more of the screen. It's nothing too interesting, just the data sheet, but you know. Where did I leave my pencil? Ah, here. Ah, no, it's okay. Tied to 0. this all seems to be correct. Output enabled and chip enabled. Maybe I've switched output enabled and chip enabled. CE2. MMI, NSS. Let's see the data sheet of the memory. 74 is. What's the speed of this? 12. Could be. Is this memory too slow? 28C64. Yeah, 12. Hello. I'm not getting any information out of the chip. Seems to be connected correctly, but when I read it, when I put it in the computer is sending addresses, but the chip is not sending anything back. So I'm going a bit crazy. I think maybe I put the program in the wrong address. Because it has in a ROM you have to load the program in order. So if I didn't put it in the correct location, the computer won't find it. So I think I might have made that mistake. We will see. How is this? It is. Let's see. Okay, it read correctly. So why? Yeah, the file is correct. The file is correct.
And what could be a reason for this trouble?
You're asking the right questions. Not sure. I'm not sure. Let's see. What could be? I tried reading the chip in the program and it read perfectly fine. So the chip is working. But it doesn't want. Look. I will show you here. So this ground, this will be address 0. Okay. Turn it on. Look. See? This is the first address in memory. It's trying to access it. So the computer is asking for information. This is just one example of one address, but if I go to the next address line, you see? The computer is asking for information. But when I go to the data, nothing.
It looks that it's searching for address correctly, but don't reach data.
Exactly. So why? The chip is not answering with anything. I will try.
You said that the file is correct, but processor can't reach the file.
Mm-hmm.
So
That is it. What I want to see now is if okay, let me see the is this ground? Okay, they have independent grounds. Okay. So I want to see how do I change okay. So what I see, let me see. There are a lot of times when both chips are enabled at the same time, but still nothing coming out. Damn it. It's difficult to connect this here. Nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. At least this works. A clear screen works and the reset works. Must be something. Must be something. Oh, oh wow. unless there is something pulling down, making this chip memory go to 0. Maybe the chip is outputting data, but there is something sending that to 0. Let's see. Which would be a bad sign, because it would mean that there is something shorting the data lines to ground. But at least we would have our answer. This is trying to. Okay. Why is this so noisy? Okay. That's why. But this is weird. This is very weird. Look, the yellow line. When I reset the computer, it reads. You see? When I reset the computer, it quickly blinks. So
what does it mean?
That it's reading at least once. Look. So the chip is outputting data. But why is this now so noisy? That's what I don't know. So let's see. Is this true for all of them? So when I reset, I switch it to single trigger. So the chip sends data. So T012. So. Oh, pin 9 is 3. Maybe I flipped some data line. Could be that. Could be that. Oh. So this is D7. I think I did that. I think I inverted the byte. The byte, instead of going from least significant bit to most significant bit, I connect them reversed.
You connect it wrongly.
So the byte is inverted. It's sending the last bit first and the first bit last. I think I did that.
That's it.
So the computer, when I reset, it reads once, and it says, this doesn't make sense, and stops. So
it receives mirror image.
Yeah, exactly. This cable, I flipped it. So I think that's what I did. So let's see. We will know soon. So it's not that the chip, that the computer wasn't receiving data, it was that it was received garbage and it was hanging up because I was sending garbage. Let's see. Could this be our lucky day? I'm not entirely sure what we will see in the screen if this works, to be honest. Okay, clear screen, set. Let's see. But microprocessor is working, but why? I'm not sure if this is what we are seeing is information or garbage. That kind of looks like garbage. Let's see the schematic again. Zero. One. I flipped it twice. I realized that this one was connected wrong, so I assumed that this one was connected wrong too. So I flipped this one too, and this one was right. I still don't know if this will fix it, but so 4. Which one was your first computer?
it was PC with Intel for the 186. No, yes.
Yeah, 486. Yeah. Ah, so you got into, like, you weren't like an early adopter with the 8-bit computers and all that. You got into it with.
When I want to buy a Spectrum, they in that time Yugoslavia don't allowed import of computers.
Yeah.
I spent this money for a cassette deck. So and I don't remember how many years later parents bought me mentioned computer.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. My first computer was a Spectrum, but my first PC was a Pentium. It was, I think, 166 megahertz. I never had like a 286, 486 or something like that.
Oh.
Oh! The computer is running. It is running. It is running. It is doing garbage, but it is running. I think we need to adjust the level trimmer. See that backslash? That's waiting for us to type something in. We are seeing this garbage because of this shift register that's bad. So, yeah, you see. So it doesn't really look. You see a backslash and that symbol blinking. Since this shift register is bad, it cannot manage the characters on screen well, but it is working. Look at that. Let's see if we can. That means that we need to change this shift register and connect the keyboard, and we can start typing something. We're almost there. We're almost there. Okay.
It's quite a jump forward.
Yes. Yes. We did it, Andrei. We did it. We should open a champagne or a beer. I don't know. This is freaking amazing. Amazing. What I need to do next is, where is it? This guy. I need to find a way to connect this guy with this cable. But what time is it? 3:05. I don't know if I can get very far with this today. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I should quit while I'm winning, clean up and everything, and next Saturday continue with the keyboard.
I think it's a good idea, this.
Yeah, because it's 3:05. So in half an hour I'll have to already start cleaning anyway. So yeah, there's not much I can do in half an hour with this. Yeah, so yeah, I will call it a day here. I will start cleaning. I will go and celebrate. But yeah, goodbye people on the stream.